Okay, it's the French Grand Prix this weekend, and it's the first Grand Prix weekend that I've been able to watch from start to finish since I got back. And we're back with another preview video of the weekend. We'll be going through a little bit about the track, the form guide, the times of all the sessions, my predictions, and 3 questions ahead of the race. Now, without further ado, let's start the preview for the French Grand Prix 2021. Start with a little bit about the track. It's a medium downforce circuit with a mixture of high, medium and low downforce corners, which makes it great for testing. Sector 1 and Sector 2 tends to be quite fast and flowing, and Sector 3 requires a bit more precision and is a little bit more technical. Right next to French Riviera in the south of France, which means it's always going to guarantee great weather, clear blue skies and bright sunshine. So like I said, it's a very flowing circuit and it's got the main straight and the back straight, so it's good for overtaking. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 when it comes to overtaking.
Opening for Sebastian Vettel. Look how he's gaining on the Renault all the time. He's getting a great slipstream as well. He has comfortably passed the Renault by the time he puts on the brakes, heads left and then right into
the coronavirus. We missed a year last year, but it's well and truly back this year and was only re-added in 2018, which brings us on to the form guide. Now in 2018, when it was re-added to the calendar, Lewis Hamilton won in dominant fashion, and he did so again in 2019. In 2021, let's see.
Lewis Hamilton wins the French Grand Prix from races gone in 2019. 8 race victories.
3 questions ahead of the weekend. Well, will Mercedes bounce back from a disastrous few races? They'll have a chip on their shoulder to make up for it. 6 points from 2 races, their worst run since 2012, I believe.
Some wheel spin. Sebastian Vettel is coming at them as well. Perez tried to cut off Hamilton, who locks up and goes straight on. Perez leads from Sebastian Vettel, and then comes Pierre.
Can Valtteri Bottas regain his form and get his 2021 season underway? He's been misfiring all season, well off the pace of Lewis Hamilton, and his seat for 2022 continues to be questioned as a result.
Tenths of a second at the end of the last lap. It's half a second as they cross the line now. Hamilton's got DRS. He's within touching distance of his teammate. He's ahead of his teammate. Lewis Hamilton goes round the outside.
Finally, can Ferrari get in the mix again like they have in the last couple of races with Charles Leclerc putting it on pole? Can they mix in with Verstappen and Hamilton and fight the pole and even the win again? Part of me doubts it.
That's it for qualifying. Charles Leclerc, whose crash in Monaco last time out brought an abrupt end to qualifying and saw him on pole, will see himself on pole for a 2nd race running. This time it's not his crash, it's his teammate who's involved.
That's it, because I feel that was a flash in the pan, those 2 races. But I said that about Monaco, and he did it again in Azerbaijan, despite the race pace not being there. Now, my personal prediction, I think it should suit Mercedes quite well, this track, like it did in 2018 and 2019. So I think they'll be strong, and like I said, they'll have a chip on their shoulder to have a very strong weekend. Now, even though the track's quite good for overtaking, we do usually see some quite dull races here. Why? Well, it's hot down there, which means it's hard to follow other cars, so the problem of dirty air is amplified, which means drivers are constantly managing temperatures. Not only that, the only places to overtake are down the main straight and the back straight. Now, they provide good overtaking opportunities, but like I said, you're not always going to be close to that car in front to make that pass.
Vettel's very slow at the moment. He's losing 2 seconds a lap. He's not doing his teammate any favours at all at the moment in his quest to catch Daniel Ricciardo. And Vettel has been on these tyres since lap 1, of course.
Therefore, I predict there's going to be lots of following and it might be a procession, which means a strategy might play a huge part in winning the race.
We're still waiting to see Ricciardo. Here he comes now. Verstappen goes through. Sebastian Vettel does find himself in the middle of the 2.
Now my qualifying prediction, as for 3rd place, I think Sergio Perez will kick on from Baku and put it on P3. I think Max Verstappen will come in a 2nd. I think Red Bull will have a little bit too much for Valtteri Bottas to get in the mix, meaning Lewis Hamilton will take pole. In terms of the race, I think Lewis will win in similar fashion to 2018 and 2019. He'll win the race. I think Max Verstappen will come 2nd. It'll give him a hard run, but he won't come close enough. And I think Valtteri Bottas will take 3rd ahead of Sergio Perez. I think Valtteri Bottas can ill afford another bad race. If he does, I think it's all but confirmed that he'll lose his seat for 2022. He's got to at least get it on the podium. Okay, now as always, it'll be live on Sky Sports F1, and you can get updates on my Twitter and my Instagram throughout the weekend. So the action starts on Friday the 18th of June. Practice 1 at 10:30 a.m, practice 2 at 2 p.m, and then on Saturday we've got practice 3 at 11 a.m, and then the qualifying at 2 p.m. And then Sunday the race starts at 2 p.m. So they're all amenable times. So back to proper European times for the first triple header of the 2021 season. So fingers crossed there won't be a boring race, and we'll see lots of action, and fingers crossed, well for me, Mercedes can get it back together and have a strong weekend, and hopefully Lewis Hamilton takes victory as I predicted. That's all from Mr. Formula 1, and I'll see you on the other side.